Hi, and welcome to Sidewalk Talk. I'm Steve Fortunato, founder of Shovel the Sidewalk. We're a marketing firm in Buffalo, New York. We help small businesses. We help them create their brand, create advertising, and we specialize in storytelling, and we believe in authenticity. And that's how this podcast has started, Sidewalk Talk. It is an opportunity for people with ties to Western New York to tell their story and see if we can connect them to others, because as we know, it's all about people. People want to connect with not the business, not the brand, but the people behind the business and the brand. Today, it's really cool. We have with us Laurie Greco and Vicky Pope from MarBon Social Club. And ladies, welcome to the show, and thanks for being here.
Thank you, Steve. Thanks for having us.
For those that are actually watching on YouTube, we are in a radio station. We're at WEC. The number one oldies radio station in America.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys know that?
We didn't know that, but
well, you do now.
yeah,
don't you?
yeah.
It is. So we thank them. They're allowing us to use their studios today. But okay, so tell me, first of all, what is MarBon Social Club?
Well, Steve, MarBon Social Club is a social club for senior citizens. Those senior citizens that don't have the socialization and the interaction with their peer groups that they've had in the past. As we know firsthand with our own mother that how important it is to have the socialization and the interaction to keep them mentally healthy and physically healthy. And we found that with the situation with our mom, we're not the only people in the area that are going through that. So we've several conversations, we've decided to look into something for our mom, and it just kind of morphed into MarBon Social Club.
I should have set it up better. They do have different last names, but they're sisters. Okay. So you're both of you. This is when I want to talk about business stuff in a little bit too. But you have both put your careers on hold and made this your new career. I mean, this is a new thing in Western. There's nothing else like this.
There is
nothing, right, Vicky?
There's
nothing
like
in Western
no.
New York like this.
And that's one of the reasons we were looking for something like this for our mom and found nothing and kind of came up with the concept and said, hey, let's get something out there. There's, like Laurie said, there's other people out there that are in the same position that we are. There's not a place for our parents to go that, they don't want to go to an adult daycare. They don't want that stigma of adult daycare. This is nothing like that. It's going to be something it's going to be for people like our mom, who was very social life until 5 years ago. She broke her hip, wasn't able to drive, couldn't get out as much as she could and, or she wanted to, and didn't, lack that socialization. Now this is going to be a place where they can go, they can come all day, they can come for 4 hours, talk with people that are their peers, the same age group, versus, having a companion care at home that, just a one-on-one. They get out there and they're, they feel like they're part of the community again. And we know, like Laurie said firsthand, that's very important for, for us and for our family, that we know that there's other families out there that could benefit from the same situation. So.
And it gives them a sense of independence back, which is the first thing that they've lost in their whole transition of life at their age. Losing that independence is what makes them more depressed and kind of introverted as opposed to the extroversion they've had previously.
So your story is that you saw it firsthand with your mom, and you said, I want to do something for mom. Yep. And so you've literally creating this, it's helping mom, but obviously the idea is it's to help seniors, and I would assume their children, right?
Yes.
They're a 50-something-year-old child who sees mom or dad, they've taken a step back, or they're, we're all busy.
Yep.
I don't know if we're busier now than we were in the past. But so this is really, I know it started with your mom, but I think you're looking at really trying to help Western New Yorkers, senior citizens in Western New York.
Exactly.
Right?
Helping the senior citizens, and like you said, Steve, helping their loved ones, because firsthand, us being at our jobs every day for 8-10 hours a day, you struggle with, is mom okay? What is she doing? Oh, her companion care left an hour ago. Is she okay for that hour that she's left alone? you dread that call that they took a fall or that something happened. And this eliminates that feeling for us personally and for anybody that has their loved one as a member of MarBon.
So how would it work? All right. So some mom, lives alone. Maybe she's in assisted living, something like that. Maybe she's not. Maybe she's in independent living, but she's alone, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she either brings herself or someone brings her to the social club. And then what happens? What do they do there? How does it go down?
Okay. Well, in the morning, we're going to have like a continental breakfast where they can come in. They can, first, let me say that this is not a memory care or a,
It's not assisted
it's
living.
not assisted living.
It's not
a medical facility.
Right, not medical.
Right. It's strictly for socialization for, people who long for socialization. People
won't
who
be
want
dispensing medicine. Right?
Exactly.
No,
we won't be
no.
dispensing medicine. You have to, be able to take your own medicine, be able to, take care of yourself in that respect, anything medically.
Yes.
We are not staffed for that. We will be staffed for, activities, daily activities. We have an actual brand new state-of-the-art kitchen that will be serving homemade fresh meals every day. As we know, a lot of times, our parents don't want to cook for themselves. They don't want to, they don't eat healthy.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have one good meal a day.
Or they don't eat at all.
Right. In this way, they will have a good lunch every day. They will have, a nice, continental breakfast and then a healthy snack sometime in the afternoon. We'll have beverages all day. Mm-hmm. They can take home their leftovers if they didn't finish at lunchtime. They can, eat it for dinner. It's just a nice way to know, like, hey, mom and dad had at least one good meal today. Mm-hmm. And we have our sister who is also joining us will be, the one making the meals and doing, helping us with the activities and things like that. So it's a family business. Mm-hmm. We're going to be doing some activities. We have a activity room where we're going to be doing, we may do a bingo. We may have speakers come in, maybe talking about safety for seniors. We have a whole list of activities that we're planning. We actually have a library that we built. We have a music room. If somebody just wants to go in and listen to music, maybe on WEC radio. We'll have a separate video room, like if they just want to go in there and watch something, like a movie on or a different TV station that's maybe playing in the main room. We have a nice fireplace, a double-sided fireplace that's going to be, one in the living area, one in the dining area. It's really a beautiful setup. I think we did a great
Very
job
home.
renovating.
It's home
very
feeling.
homey. Yeah.
Yep.
How is it different from? By the way, we're speaking with Laurie and Vicky from MarBon Social Club. It is a social club for seniors. How does it differ from a senior center?
It's, I like to think of it as being a more specialized place for our members to go. It's not a huge building. It's not several tables, like the long tables that you'll see, the 10-foot tables that people just gather at. It's more private and it's personal. It's for that senior that maybe they're going from being at home for the last couple of years possibly to a very intimate setting to not going to a large senior center. It gives you still that private setting, that personalization that they love. Maybe they only want to interact with 10, 20 people a day. They don't want to see 50 or 60 people on a daily basis. It keeps that personalization specialized to them. And it also gives you the ability as a member, if you don't want to be in the activity room or the social room, you can go to one of those several rooms that Vicky mentioned and have a little private time with one or two people. You can watch your favorite soap opera if it's not on the main TV. And I know senior centers don't have that. Our main thing is you can design every day differently according to your personality for that day. I know for senior centers, they have main topics specialized for daily features. Our setting, MarBon Social Club, we may have a main theme, but within that theme, you can tangent off into the different rooms and do your own thing too. with your friends, your new friends that you meet. You can have a book club if you want. We definitely have the setup for that. So
and we
it's
welcome their
different.
ideas also.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's something that you really like to do at home and maybe you want to bring it to the group, we're open to that. And we want them to feel like this is their club. This is not our club. This is their club. This is for them to feel at home, feel welcomed, feel part of the community again, where they lose that as they get older, they're losing that identity. And this is a warm environment for them to go every day.
Well, reality is also they lose some of their friends. They may have lost.
absolutely.
They may have lost a spouse.
Yep.
They, friends, people die.
Yep, definitely.
Right. So, and then they probably don't want to feel like a burden, right? To their
Right.
To their
Oh, we hear
kids.
that from our mother all the time. I'm sorry, I'm a burden to you. It's like, you're not a burden to us. This is just life. This is how life is. There's changes. It's our turn to take care of you now, and we're not the only kids who feel that way. There's several of our friends feel the same way. Other people in our age group have the exact position that we're in, and it gives you a chance to give back to your parent of everything they've given to you over the years, and it's a good feeling. It's a really good feeling to be able to help them.
Tell me about the name, MarBon.
Well, we sat at Starbucks for an hour and a half, mulling it over. We got to do something that's going to be a legacy to our parents. We got to incorporate our father into this. So we're like, okay, how do we do this? So after a few cups of coffee each, sitting there a nice afternoon, we came up with, our mother's name is Mary, and our father's name was Boniface. So we took a combination of both names, and we did Mar, which is short for Mary, M-A-R -B-O-N, Boniface. And what better way to do a club in their honor than to have it as their name.
If Dad passed.
Dad passed, yep.
Okay. So I'm guessing this is Mom approved.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she loves it, yep.
Yeah.
She's excited.
When we actually told her about it, we presented it in a way where, hey, we found this place where you could go every day. We kind of told her a little bit about the club just to kind of get, fresh eyes. We were excited for it, for a few months. And, we said, let's, when we tell her about it, let's kind of see if it's someplace that she'd like to go. And so she, wanted to hear more. And then she wanted to hear more. We're like, do you think this is a place that you like to go every day? She goes, that sounds really nice. She had no idea that it was, named after her and going to be our, our place. And she's like, and then we said, the best part of it is you get to go to work with us every day. And then she, didn't get it at first. And then she, so.
And she's like, all day? And we're like, well, yeah, some days.
Yeah. So she was excited. And she, the fact that she liked the idea, and that's our target audience. She was our target audience. She's
a tough sell. She's a tough sell, yeah. So if we could get it past her, and she's the toughest customer member that we would probably have, then we know that we came up with a really good idea to help a lot of people.
Let's laser focus on what you were talking about, Vicky, with the target. So, who is he or she? Are they usually widowed? Are they? So obviously, what's their physical and mental situation? Who is this person? Describe your mom in more detail, because I think for people listening, someone might be in a situation where this is pretty cool for them, or someone might be listening saying that'd be great for my mom or dad.
Right.
So just try to define that ideal person who this would be a home run for.
Okay. I think it's the person who's longing for relationship in their, people, their own peers again, to feel part of a group. And our mom was very active, in church organizations, volunteered a lot ever since we were young kids in school, always has done that her entire life. When she couldn't drive anymore, she felt like her life stopped. And she was, homebound until one of us came over and took her places. We saw a change in her, her attitude in the way she wanted to do things. And then she's like, no, I don't want to go out. No, she didn't want to burden us. She didn't want to have any of her friends pick her up. And that wasn't our mom. That wasn't the mom that we knew for 85 years. She was always the one that was the first one to volunteer for something, to get out there. She loves to talk. it just wasn't her. And, so we would take her to places that she would, enjoy talking to people, and she could talk to anybody. So for her, like if we're targeting like that type, and then she lost my dad, and, that's a big thing. They were married not quite 50 years before he had passed away, but, after she died, she felt that connection, that she was like apart from her friends that still had their spouses. So you have that, you have that group, you have, the group that maybe a lot of their friends are dying off, like you said. They just don't have that friend group anymore where we just, maybe we can bring that back to people. They don't necessarily have to be widowed. You hear a lot of times, you hear from people that, they're like, oh, we had, our parents are still there, but, my mom doesn't want to be with my dad all day. He doesn't like to do anything, and she likes to do stuff. Well, maybe it's that woman, the one who doesn't have anywhere to go, but she doesn't want to sit home with her husband that doesn't, want to do anything. Or the other way around. Or you have, the men are welcome too. It's not just for the women. We welcome the men. That might bring the women in. Yeah. So
this is where the term social club comes in, because I can't remember if it was Laurie or Vicky that said it, but it really so the way I'm interpreting this is the members, they're going to create it the way they want it. Meaning they might say, because it's it's a group of their own peers, might be similar situations. They might discover they have some of the same likes or some of the same history, or maybe they went to the same high school and haven't seen each other in 40 years or whatever. But they could say it would be great if we they might start some kind of charity thing together. So to me, that's social club. So they're going to get together. They might break some bread together, but they're going to discover similarities and take it from there, right? They might decide to go bowling every Thursday, right?
Buffalo's a small town. Yeah. If you talk a half hour to somebody, you're going to find a common denominator that you both know. I've learned that in my own life, and I haven't been here on earth as long as our mom has, obviously, but if you talk long enough to somebody, you're going to have a connection. And it may have been from 40 years ago, it may have been from 75 years ago, depending on your age. But you know what? You're going to find it, and it's going to just make things stronger, and it's going to make you want to come back the next day and see that person and spend another hour or 2 or 5 with them. So it's nice.
In talking to both of you in the past, I've learned a lot, and part of, I know it's your slogan is "Make it a wonderful day." So your goal, it's part of your attitude. You're very I don't know, you're very positive people. So tell me about when someone comes there and you make it that wonderful day, make it a MarBon day. What does that mean? What are you trying to do for that? How do you want that person to leave after the first day? What do you want them to feel, that member?
We want them to feel like we're excited to come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because they had such a good time, and then just making them feel special, even having a conversation with them. A lot of people, they don't have conversations with, some people don't talk to anybody all day. And, we want to take the time and, sit there. We're not going to be in our office. We're going to be out on that floor every day, interacting with the people, whether they want it or not. We're going to be there. We're going to be, we're going to be interested in their stories. They're going to have a whole new group of people to tell their stories to. They've told stories their entire life, and probably, their kids are sick of hearing it over and over again. Their friends are sick. Now it's like, for them, it's going to be exciting for them because they're going to have a whole new group. They're going to have a whole new group of friends. How many people in their 70s and 80s are making new friends? It's, that's what we do when we start in kindergarten, and we work through our work lives and making friends and that. But at a point, it stops when you start to make new friends.
You retire and it stops.
So this is like a whole new experience for them that it should be exciting, and we want to make that exciting for them. So it's going to be, we want to make it a wonderful day every day. When they walk in that door, and they'll walk out and they'll say, "See you tomorrow," or we'll see you. Looking forward to seeing you guys on Wednesday. Yep. So that's what we're all about. We want to just make everybody happy and have a good time.
And we grew up in a family where our parents didn't shield us from their friends. My parents were very social. Our parents were very social as we were growing up. They were involved in a lot of things and organizations. And we were always allowed, when they had parties at our house, we were told, don't be seen, don't be heard, don't be seen. We were like, come and say hello to Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so. And we did, and we were very polite and respectful, and they actually loved talking to us as kids. So we've had the experience of talking to people 30 plus years older than us our whole life. We grew up with that. We grew up with respecting your elders, learning from them. We're excited to learn a lot from our members. We have a lot left to learn in our life, and we're hoping that we give them as much as they give us. And we're excited. We really are.
Excellent. We're speaking with Laurie and Vicky, the owners of MarBon Social Club. It's on Transit Road. Would that be East Amherst?
East
or what?
Amherst.
East Amherst.
Transit Road in East Amherst. And so in your previous lives, you had these careers, and you have a new career now. How nerve-wracking was that decision to say, okay, we're all in on this really new niche? You don't have a lot to say, well, how did you do it? And how did you do it? How did this business do it? Because there's none in Western New York that have done it. It's pretty gutsy.
Yeah. Scary.
Yeah.
Scary, but you know what kept us going, Steve, is the fact that every day we saw our mom, that reinforced our decision, right? That just reinforced what we were doing. Reading the articles that we've read over the last, time frame, that reinforced it. The statistics of the generation that's declining mentally and physically because of the lack of socialization and the lack of interaction reinforced our decision. So all those things.
And the excitement of slowly telling people what we were doing, and the excitement and seeing people, the reaction, that's what kept us going too. It's like, when we started with you guys, you were like, tell us your story. And then, you guys pushed us. You made us excited too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we give you guys a lot of credit for that, because that was really what we needed to hear.
Yeah.
We needed to hear positive reinforcement throughout this time. And we're just,
we're excited.
We've had a lot of, people behind us and, excited for us. And that's kind of, it's exciting. Between the two of us, we have over 60 years of work experience. So, if we could make that work, we should be able to make this work. That's our, we're putting everything we got into it, and we're gonna make it work.
And was there any entrepreneurship in your blood? Mom, dad, anybody else? Grandma, grandpa, great-grandma, great-grandpa?
Our dad always pushed us to do everything we could possibly do. Do more. I mean, our father had a tax and accounting business ever since we were kids. I mean, I was 5, 6, 7 years old, and I remember my dad always having clients come to our house to do things. So, so he always strived to do something. Our mom was a wonderful wife, mother. She made our house great when my father was working all these different jobs, avenues that he was working. And looking and watching our father our entire life strive to go better, more, and really work very hard to achieve everything he tried, it gave us. So I guess it is in our blood. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great story. So how many brothers and sisters are there involved? Do you have? How many kids did mom and dad have?
There's 9 children in our family.
Yeah.
So we're one of 9.
2 of 9.
2 of 9. 2 of 9.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There's 9 kids.
9 kids.
9 kids. That's why that had to be great. That had to be fun growing up. It was
fun.
It was fun. We didn't know any different.
Right.
We came in contact with kids at school that had maybe no siblings or 1 or 2, and they're like, "Oh my God, 9! How do you do it?" It's like, well, how do you do it with 1 or none?
Right. I mean, more boring. You never bored.
Right.
Yeah, no, and maybe a little louder than some other homes that were out there, but for the amount of people that were in our family, we really were pretty tamed people when it came to our household. But it was all we knew.
Where'd you grow up?
We grew up in Kenmore, and then we moved to Williamsville, probably midstream.
Did you go to Williamsville High Schools then?
We went to Catholic high school.
Catholic high
Went to
schools,
Catholic?
yeah.
Which schools?
Mount St. Mary's.
Mount St. Mary's.
In Kenmore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, 1 of 9 or 2 of 9. It is a great story. It's the story of MarBon Social Club. It is on Transit Road in East Amherst. Laurie Greco, Vicky Pope. I highly recommend you at least check it out. Check out if membership is right for you, or maybe it's a parent or a loved one. How do they go about doing it? How do they contact? What do you want them to do?
You can give us a call, 406-4577. You can schedule a tour. We are ready to go. We're ready to show the place. We finally have now you can come in and see what we've done. Schedule your private tour. We're going to have some open houses right after the holidays, probably every Saturday, Sunday, and we'll be available anytime to show you the place. And we hope to be, signing up our members. We have a couple members already, so we're hoping to sign up some more and, go full-fledged probably mid-January to beginning of February.
All right, so the main thing is if someone has any interest, at the least they can contact you. They can go ahead and get a tour.
Correct.
The MarBon Social Club, what's the number they call again?
406-4577.
406-4577 for more information and for a private tour. Laurie, Vicky, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you, Steve.
Greatly appreciate
Thanks, Steve, for having
and
us.
It is a great story. I highly recommend anybody check it out. MarBon Social Club. So before we go, we got to thank our sponsor. Thanks to Bob for helping us out. Our sponsor of the show is WEC, the #1 oldie station in America. Check it out locally in Buffalo on 1230 AM, 102.9 or 100.5 FM. Also, check out with your Alexa online. They stream it. It's a great radio station. Check it out. Also, any of our podcasts, you can download them on any of your, however you download any of your podcasts. But you could also check out any of our videos of the podcast on our website at shovelthesidewalk.com. So thanks again to Laurie and Vicky. Thank you for listening and watching. That's it for this edition of Sidewalk Talk. Until next time.